welcome back. My name is Tomi Adenoga. If this is your very first time of watching any of my videos, welcome. Welcome to Canada as well, because I live in Canada currently. I am a Nigerian in Canada. So, this is the first of many videos I'll be doing. I'll be sharing my 2 cents or my opinions about a topic, not only in Canada, but basically outside the country. People send this kind of messages to me. I share lots of things on Instagram, especially on my stories, and it's not a surprise that I get this kind of videos. So, I'll just be dissecting what I think personally, what Stumi thinks. So, this segment on my channel is going to be called What to Me Things on any trending topic. Basically, let's just have fun. Let's just like have a banter. Seriously, not too serious. So this is going to be the very first one I'll be doing. Welcome on board. So I saw this video. As usual, I got a lot of tags on this video because people wanted to know what my opinion was. And I was like, let me bring it to my larger audience. Let me as well, not just on Instagram. So let's watch this video together.
It's not worth it. It's just a fleece. It's a mirage. And that's the truth. Some of us are here because we've decided to come. For example, coming to Canada as a consultant psychiatrist, I had my hospital, I had the money, I had my driver, I had everything working. I had 3 vehicles. I had built a house and I was living in a duplex. But why did I come? Some of us, we looked at it and we said, you know what? For the sake of my children. Canada doesn't program you to work and enjoy your work. The master that is paying you is saying, I'm paying you to get this job done. Salaries in Nigeria is better, you understand? Because I can be making an equivalent of $1,000 in Nigerian naira. The amount that I'm going to spend out of that $1,000 to get my house, rent, everything may just be about 300 or 400. I have opportunity to save like 500 from my salary. But you can't try that here in Canada. You have to cut your coat according to your clothes in Canada. Because your rent, many things are competing. So it's like they give and they take. The system will take it away from you, from parking lots, from the toll gate. There are a lot of systemic discrimination that you won't see it as a form of discrimination because it's already systematized. It's already part of the system. They won't put it in your face. We call it systemic discrimination. It's quite huge, but it's hidden under laws, organizational rules, and co. But you will know that it's deeply hidden. But they won't put it and show it to your face.
So let me read some of the comments. This person in question is a medical person. He said he's a consultant psychiatrist back in Nigeria. So for those that are watching, I am Nigerian, by the way, so I might tilt towards more of like Nigerian African stories, as the case might be. So this person is a consultant psychiatrist in Nigeria. So of course, in summary, it's saying don't come to Canada if you're very stable back home in Nigeria. That's the summary of this video, because you are earning more in Nigeria, you're not paying so much. On the other hand, in Canada, you are earning and you are paying so much and you're giving much more back to the society. So before I delve into this matter, let me share, or before I share my 2 cents, let me see what some of the comments are saying. Someone said, I lived in UK for 12 years and I moved to Canada. Here is a short advice. Move to Canada and live in a small city. Forget jaye enjoyments and all that. No one cares about your life or lifestyle, so live on low key. Canada gave me what UK did not give me in 12 years of living. I got it in 3 years. So this person is saying that what she could not get in 12 years of living in the UK, she got it in 3 years living in Canada. I live in a very small town and I love it. Do not move back to Nigeria. Oh, I am begging you. Don't make me they talk this one. No, I am reading the comments. You guys are going to be saying the comments. I like this next one. Some of us did not relocate because of the financial benefits. We did because of the security of life. Security of life is objective, so I won't dwell much on that. Someone else said, as a Canadian with cousins who just immigrated to Canada and are finding this out themselves, go to the US or just stay home. I beg. So there are different conflicting views here. With all these kind of things, there's never a right or wrong answer. And that's what I'm going to be sharing as well. As usual, this kind of comment, I was expecting it. Oga, you can always come back to Nigeria. Why do people even say that? There's nothing like greener pastures. Just pick your poison, because everywhere has its own poison. I agree. Everywhere is hard. Choose your hard. Someone else said, Two heads are definitely better than one. Living alone in Canada and covering all the bills by yourself can burn you out fast. Splitting expenses with someone doesn't make life super easy, but it does make it more manageable. Meanwhile, life in Nigeria isn't as affordable as it used to be. Back in 2016 to 2021, it was a different story, but things have changed. I really agree with this one. At the end of the day, you have to find out what works for you. Personally, I love that I can go to bed and wake up without worrying about whether there's power or not. There's peace of mind in knowing that you're covered on the basics. Someone else said, if Nigeria had a working system, stable electricity and security, I doubt we would even be experiencing this level of immigration. So there are a lot of comments, and I will share all this as well. And like I would always say, there's no right or wrong to this thing. So people relocate, and this is what I personally believe as well. If your reason for relocating is for greener pastures in the sense of economic power, I still mentioned this on someone's podcast I was on last week. I'm not saying don't relocate because of economic power. What is economic power for me might be different for what is economic power for someone else. Some people are they've made it in Nigeria, they are very, very, very comfortable. So of course coming into a place like Canada can kind of like dampen their hopes and everything they've worked for. You can imagine a lawyer who has practiced for 25 years in Nigeria, who is like a son, coming to Canada, they no send you. Your son is not anything because you still have to go through the process. You still have to get your own license in Canada, and that is what can test people. I've seen people that have those kind of like power back home in Nigeria, and they come to Canada and they start from ground zero. Someone that was earning millions in Nigeria comes here and they are barely scratching 1,000, 2,000 every month. So that would really test a lot of people. I see these things, I witness it like firsthand because the privilege of being a social media person, I see a lot of stories and all that. So, if for one reason or the other you're thinking that once I come into Canada, I will have that blissful life, it's yes and no. Yes, because I see people thrive in the same Canada. I have seen a lot of people thrive. Is it immediately? Maybe not quite, because except you have a lot of things working for you, maybe you have funds that we use when you land and all that. So, economic power is very relative. Some people are okay with just having like good power, good food, good road network, schools for the children. But Canada is not the kind of place, and I will say this with all the things I have seen, it's not the kind of place that everybody is expected to be a billionaire overnight. No, it might not happen. Are there millionaires in Canada? Of course, yes. There are a lot of them. I drive past some houses and I'll be like, oh my goodness, this person definitely has to be a millionaire because how can you even afford that kind of house in the first place? So if you're not even saying that, that means that it's not happening. So there are things like that. There are people like that. People thrive. People earn a lot of money. There are doctors that earn well. But before you become that doctor in Canada, 2 3 years of writing exams, of being tested. So before you get your license, what are you going to be spending? So in this person's case, is a consultant in Nigeria. It was a big person in Nigeria. The moment he came into Canada, it's not going to be the same thing because they won't just hand it over to you on a platter of gold. Not even Nigeria. They don't even really, even from the UK. I have seen someone from the UK that still had to go through the process. It might not be so difficult, but they still have to go through the process in one way or the other, depending on their level of expertise before they even came down to Canada. So because they are coming down to Canada does not mean that they will hand this over to you on a platter of gold. They don't respect all that, unfortunately. Your certificate, your years of experience, all the things you've garnered over the years. Unfortunately, it's not easily transferable in this part of the world. So those are the beginning stages that people really struggle with. It's like a wilderness stage, and that's the honest truth. It will test you. It's like going through fire, almost literally. Like I have seen people lose themselves in this process physically, mentally. Some people have packed it all up and they said they are going back home to Nigeria. Unfortunately, people are even at a crossroad now because, like somebody said in the comments, if it was like between 2016 to 2021, yeah, like life in Nigeria is all, it's still okay. Nobody really, don't let me curse, but like some people just say, well, to hell with that country. I'm not, is it by force to even like migrate or something? But Nigeria right now, too, is going through its own issues. So people are at like a crossroad, like what do I even really do? They say Canada is like this, they say Nigeria is like this. What do I do? So my honest opinion in all those kind of things is there's no perfect system, there's no perfect place. It really depends on what you want for yourself at the end of the day. One of the reasons why I came to Canada sounds very silly. I mentioned it like on the podcast yesterday. I came because of my children. And I'm not saying this because everybody says, oh, I came because of my children. Yes, I gave birth to my first child in Nigeria. I gave birth to my second child in America. That little thing is causing or might cause something else in the future, which I don't want. Funny enough, I thought I was the only person like that. And I met someone just yesterday. This woman has been a lawyer all her life, established. She came as a student to Canada. Like, see the I understand. I felt her pain when I was talking to her yesterday. We were talking about something different, and it was almost the same thing. She has four girls, and so some of them, one was born in Nigeria, the other ones were born in like. I was like, so I'm not the only person like that was thinking like this. She's like, no, you don't want to grow up and maybe God forbid when you're no more or something that starts causing kind of like a sibling rivalry and all that. So there are many reasons why we decided to come to Canada, but that was like really top on our list. I just wanted to like make everything like equalized for everybody. I've not really mentioned the reasons why I came into Canada. Maybe one day I might really share it. But coming into a place like this alone for economic reasons might kind of throw you off the cliff in the first place in the beginning because you're coming somewhere that nobody really respects you. A few people get good jobs before they even come, but let's be sincere with ourselves. What's the ratio? It's like 2 to 10, 3 to 10 is not everybody. People are still in this country for months, they've not still gotten jobs. Do people get jobs? Why not? Yes. So for me, it's two sides of a coin. It's yes or no. It's not no and no. It can either be yes or no. It can be for the same person that is complaining might have a very big breakthrough the next day. I have seen lawyers in this country that the moment they get their license, they forget everything that has happened. It's like a pregnant woman. That period of, for someone like me, that pregnancy can be very, very challenging. That period of pregnancy is like, God, just take this, like, just take me through. The moment the baby comes, you really like forget what you, not that you really forget, but yes, you can forget the kind of pain you went through or everything you went through. So it's like that in Canada as well. I see doctors that once they get their licenses, is it every doctor that will get a license in Canada? Unfortunately, no. Is it every lawyer that might get a license? Unfortunately, no. So, but the moment some people get theirs, all what they went through becomes forgotten history. They begin to travel the world. They have like the cash. Some of them earn as much as like 700K month. I said, sorry, 700K, almost $1 million. You can imagine. So, when it comes to things like that, on the other hand, they are living well. So, what I would just say is it depends on the reasons why you are coming. Your reasons why would help you stay stronger. That is just it. Your reasons why. If everything is presented to you, your reasons why will keep you going. Your reasons why would keep on encouraging you, encourage the family you left behind, encourage you to keep forging ahead. When you see people thriving as well, you just be like, they don't get wed. They're in the same Canada too. By God's grace, let me also be part of the story that people will count to say, this person is successful. There are still successful people in this country. Very, very successful people. So that is the mindset I always have. Do I have everything now? No, we don't. Are we working extra hard? Yes. I pity myself. I pity my husband. So, but it's life. We keep on working and we keep on praying that we get help from God and that everything will make sense at the end of the day. So, this is what I need, or this is what I have to share on this matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I don't want to see everything. Let me know what you guys think. So, is it right or wrong? Is none of the above. So, I'll throw it to you guys. Please let me know what you think of in the comment section. I'll see my subsequent videos. Bye.